Dirty Sports Podcast. I said, welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast with Andy, Ruther, and Joe Praino. Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast.
Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Andy Ruther, coming to you live from Cincinnati, Ohio, with my co-host from Port Hueneme, California, Joey No Chill Praino.
Hello, Andy.
Good Monday evening.
Good Monday evening. You all right, bud? Ruther and I had a 6:30 start. I came in. I got here a little. Well, first we had a 6 o'clock start, and then you're like 6:30, and I was like, all right, but I was already set up, so I got in here at like 6:25, and I heard some Mr. Bean shit. Like I heard Andy Ruther crash through the window of a car while holding like a metal tray serving tea, and then he's like, oh, my legs. I was like, bro, I thought a chandelier fell on you.
I like that you can't see.
Yeah.
And you just hear, because we're all queued up on the camera.
When I like the things I was picturing, here are a couple of things that I thought might have happened. A large grand chandelier fell on you. I thought that perhaps somebody had set up one of those pyramids of champagne glasses and you walked through it. I thought that it's like something out of a movie. Two guys were moving the plate glass window, and you stepped through that. There was also in my head the possibility of like a Home Alone situation where one of your children had set up just a pile of broken glass that you had stepped onto.
It is a home. That's why I went to grab this. So we're getting rid of our couch. So all this shit was kind of moved. And I was kind of having to, kind of like walk over it. And I stepped on.
Oh, that thing. The famous that thing's been ruining parents' lives for going on 6 decades.
So my in between my toes went this orange part, and then I tripped because I had nowhere. There's just kids shit, there's basement because fucking kids' toys everywhere. And yeah, and then I tripped and I was holding a can of kombucha. And you must have heard that nail. There's which at this point, like, what am I doing with this? I still have all the shit from my parents' house, like an old church pew my mom had in the front, which was just
old church pew. It
was like a decoration, like that. I had it's in this area of. I've always and I haven't done it, but like the joke I always had was when the kids were bad, they'd sit in the church pew and think about why they were bad, which obviously I haven't done, but like. That the can nailed that and went everywhere.
And then you went into full Family Guy. You're like,
It was a delayed reaction.
Damn. God damn. For like 5 or 6 minutes.
What?
And I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, I think I got to call 911. I literally was like, I think I have Ruther's address saved in my Amazon from when I sent him those dad shoes. I can go in there. I'll tell 911 to go to the basement.
Yeah, it was.
And then I saw you come over to the computer and you didn't know I was on yet. And you texted me like, I spilled some shit. Give me 5 more minutes. I just wrote back, I heard.
Yeah, no, I think the best way to describe it is Mr. Bean. And again, like it went through my toes and just shit went flying. I knew this was going to happen today when I moved stuff around because I'm just trying to, I need my neighbors coming over tomorrow to help me move the couch, right? So I just needed to move shit in the meantime.
Yeah.
Which we all know how fun moving shit is.
Ugh, the worst.
It's the fucking worst. But yeah, I totally I forgot that you could be on and that my camera was open and that you just cleared the whole thing. That would have been funny if you called 911. The fucking
Yeah.
ambulance shows up and I'm like, no, we're good.
I was waiting for you to like call out to your wife.
No, because I
then-
knew
Yeah.
I knew she was upstairs. I knew like the top floor. Like she's not hearing shit.
Yeah. And then so then you disappeared for a little. Sound like you were patting dry the kombucha.
Yes.
And then I don't know if you were talking to your wife or you were just having out. You're like, she's always been bad at sleeping ever since she was born. I was like, okay.
You can hear everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can hear everything. That's hilarious. We were bitching about Molly because Molly started fussing. you heard it all. Dude, you got like a sneak peek into my world. Yeah, because she was mad because she was like, I'm not doing the bottles then if I got to go up and rock her. I'm like, what the fuck? Did you hear me be like, I got up at 3:45 last night. What are you doing?
No.
Like, bro, kids will test a relationship. Like, I'll tell you what, that shit, I've learned that shit will nothing test a relationship like kids and like sleep. Especially like baby. The baby stage just cracks me up because women always look at it with like rose-colored glasses and they forget. And dudes are always like, fuck that. And men are so much more accurate on the situation because it's not, it's like, oh, cool. No, like, dude, if I can't play with you or if we can't communicate. Anyway, I was actually falling because I was doing a reenactment of the Tennessee Titans career under Brian Callahan.
I saw it today. I saw the news. I opened up ESPN at one point and saw the news, the headline. And I immediately I was like, oh, we fucking called this. I was like, I remember calling this on Dirty Sports because I remember tweeting out and offering a bet because there was a lot of people that were excited, stupidly, including famously Alice from Kentucky, who at this point we've determined is just a moron and definitely not a troll. There was a lot of people that were excited Mike Vrabel got fired. I never understood it, never for 1 second. And I remember tweeting, anybody wants to bet me that they win 56 games in 6 years, like I'll bet any amount of money. And of course, no one took me up on it. But I was like, huh. And I went to Old Faithful, ChatGPT, and I said, what episode of the Dirty Sports Podcast did Andy and Joe talk about the hiring of Bill Callahan by the Tennessee Titans? And it was like, on episode 1009, Doc Rivers is herpes. They talked about it. And I was like, great. And I went back and I listened to it and I sent it to you.
And you pulled the clip. This is an all-time gem, I think, callback. Because it's a rare instance where both of us are just like 100% accurate together. There was no dissension between us. It was, this is a terrible hire, which we can discuss here. Arguably, maybe the worst. Like, it's up there as top 5 worst NFL coaching hire maybe ever.
Well, listen, how much worse could a coach, like, I'm sure there's been
worse coaches.
No, I don't think that there's been worse.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's been worse coaches, and I don't think that there's been someone less qualified to be a coach when they were hired that didn't pan out in any way, shape, or form. I feel like in the NFL, there's got to be like one of those, like, this guy was hired and then fired before he coached his first game because this happened, or what, like, but no legitimate plan. Like, this is the guy we want. We got him. I'd say it's top 1. What else could be? And we talk about it is like just hiring a completely unqualified Nepo baby of a kind of unqualified, like, you know what I mean? You know how Denzel Washington's kid is like an actor now? It's like Denzel's an Oscar winner. Like we're talking about like the fourth lead in the unseen Bradley Cooper movie from 2006 getting to direct a movie because they're related to that guy. It's like they hired fucking whatever Callahan, is it Bill, Bob, Dick, whatever Callahan's son at this point, to coach their team, completely unqualified.
And it wasn't just that. Remember, it was from the Zach Taylor coaching tree, and it was like,
Right.
wait, what? Zach Taylor, who, as we're seeing, never, I mean, I talk about me calling it from fucking day one, never should have ever had a job. He basically was the water boy for Sean McVay. And then Callahan didn't even call the plays for the Bengals. Taylor's always been the play caller. So OC and just name only. But this little clip that you pull is great. This is about a 2-minute clip from, let's pull it up here. This is such a, okay, so this is January 25th.
This is when I was being held by Al Qaeda.
I was going to say, this is when you were a hostage from Hamas. Like, I mean, ironic that those hostages, the last remaining alive, were freed today, because this is
I was freed today.
Yeah, this is pretty spot on here. All right, so January 25th, 2024. Love the title of this episode. Doc Rivers is herpes. All right, let's see what me and Praino said after the hiring of Brian Callahan by the Titans. Again, after firing Mike Vrabel. This is such a bad hire. What did you say? What did you tweet out when Vrabel got fired?
I'll say it again. And Titans fans, my fucking DMs are open. Mike Vrabel won 56 games and 2 playoff games in 6 seasons.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to bet over 56 games in the next 6 seasons, this is in the AFC South.
Yeah.
I am available.
Again, they hired the guy who doesn't even call plays for the Bengals. And then you see tweets like this. I sent this one to you. The spinning of it. Like Adam Schefter. A list of some of the QBs that Brian Callahan has worked with. Broncos, Peyton Manning. Lions, Matthew Stafford. Raiders, Derek Carr. Bengals, Joe Burrow. I used to work for Lance Bass. Should I be in a boy band? He helped groom Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow won a Heisman and a national championship before he entered the NFL. He didn't need grooming. Callahan didn't groom Peyton Manning when he had arrived with all those accolades at the Broncos. Matthew Stafford, who was putting up insane numbers at the Lions, didn't give Callahan. This is all bullshit.
In a world where Bill Belichick needs a job, Pete Carroll might need a job, Jim Harbaugh needed a job, all these coaches are out there, and you go, Nepo baby?
I like your bet of a coach of Callahan not winning 56 games in 6 years. There's no way he makes it 6 years.
Normally, I wouldn't make a bet that doesn't pay out till 2030, but I think it'll pay out in 2026 when they fire him for fucking winning no goddamn games.
I would set the over under on Callahan. What are we going to do? 2.5 or 3.5 years?
Oh, 2.5 years.
2.5 years. I mean,
he under the wire for 1.5.
It wasn't even close. 4-19. He lasted 23 games. Yeah, not even 1.5. I totally forgot about the spinning. The spinning is insane sometimes. Oh, he helped the, like, what? No. Like, you got a good publicist or something.
Yeah. It was a horrific hire. More importantly, and as I listened to it, I said this there numerous times. Obviously, the biggest failure and even worse decision, if you can believe it, than hiring Tommy Boy to run the Titans was firing Mike Vrabel in the first place. They never had a quarterback. He got to an AFC Championship game with Ryan Tannehill.
Number 1 seed the next year.
Yep. He has, who's the guy? Fucking Will Levis before they go and they draft Cam Ward this year. You never should have fired Mike Vrabel. You never should have fired Mike Vrabel. And then when you did, this is very similar. Listen, I do not feel, I'm going to make the comparison, but I do not feel nearly as strongly about Tom Thibodeau's coaching in the NBA as I do about Mike Vrabel's ability to coach in the NFL. But it reeks of fired somebody that in Vrabel's case was an amazing NFL coach without a plan. There's no way this was your plan. And if it was your plan, you're the worst run franchise in sports. And then you, again, bypass all these other guys. I said hiring a guy with no experience is one thing, but passing on all these guys and firing Vrabel to hire a guy with no experience makes no fucking sense. It's the worst move ever. I'm shocked, actually, they pulled out this fast, but they shouldn't have ever made it. They're so dumb that I didn't expect them to pull out this fast. Like, based on them hiring, 2.5 years was a good call. At least they're learning, I guess. But he was never qualified, not for 1 second. Alex from Kentucky. I don't even want him to hear this. I hope he has already killed himself.
Well, I'm dumb too. I picked the Titans to cover yesterday, man, because we talked about it in my pick 7. I was like, Raiders, Titans. And then that game just started 17-0, and I was sick to my stomach going, oh, you're so stupid. Why'd you do this? Why'd you do this? It's unbelievable, man. I mean, it is just insane if you look at where the Patriots are headed right now.
The Vrabel thing never made sense. And they, they saw that opportunity the exact same as anybody else. It was like, oh, Vrabel's available. We have to get everybody that was smart was like, well, they fired Vrabel. I mean, I could go back and pull more clips. You know what I said on this show? I said the same offseason, give me Vrabel with Belichick as GM right now for the New York Giants. I was like, give it to me right now.
Yeah. Dude, what's going on with him, man?
Belichick?
Dude.
I mean, the insanity to say a man in his mid-70s is fucking pussy whipped. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's insane. Dude, I got to play a call. A Millie left a call. Dude, it's insane. Did you see? You probably didn't see. Did you see what happened during College Game Day Live?
No.
And I didn't watch it live, of course. I saw like a couple clips. They were apparently talking about Bill Belichick. And like, is he all in North Carolina? And, they're 2-3. And I think the stat is all 3 losses are by 25 points or more. And that's tied for the most as far as blowout losses by any team in Division I, et cetera, et cetera. So they're like, is he all in? I guess Herbstreit's like, yeah, he's all in. Just trust me. Like, it takes a second. And, Saban's on College Game Day now too. So he's like, yeah, they're buddies, of course. He's like, oh, no, he's all in. He's all in. And apparently Belichick was watching live.
And what, like texted Saban or something?
He was trying to call Herbstreit. And dude, it's insane. It's insane. You're like, why are you watching this show on the morning? Like, shouldn't you or his girl's watching, right? Like, she's a psycho. And I guess McAfee saw the number popping up. And he was like calling out Herbstreit, look live on air, like, answer it. He's listening. Answer it. Let's just do this on air. And Herbstreit, you could tell, was like real, like, embarrassed. He's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And like McAfee twice was like, dude, just answer it. And he's like, no, I'll talk to him later. But it's like,
he's obviously calling because he wants him to pick up.
Yeah.
Or he's calling to leave him a fucking angry message. I don't know what. But Herb Street was saying he's all in, right?
Yeah, he was backing him.
Weird.
It's insane. But here's a call from Millie about Bill Belichick.
But fellas, it's your boy Millie calling in to talk about this Bill Belichick situation. I mean, listen, I don't know who this guy is anymore. This chick, Jordan Hudson, has snatched his soul, threw it into the garbage, and replaced it with sunflowers and butterflies. I mean, you can't keep a smile off this guy's face no matter what he's going through in life. This guy has smiled more times in the past year than I've seen him smile with the 20-some years he was the coach of the Patriots, winning 6 Super Bowls. And, that brings me to this, long shot conspiracy. When is the last time Bill Belichick had sex before meeting this chick, Jordan? I would say I could count on one hand how many times he had sex with his wife in those 20-some years he was the coach of the Patriots. And, I say all that to say this, man. You could tell when somebody's not used to pulling quality females. Because look how they start acting, bruh. Look at Bill Belichick. Look how they start acting, bruh. But, I mean, not mad at him. What am I talking about? I'd probably fold too. Anyway, stay dirty.
Well, so it's interesting. So he was married, and then he dated. I don't remember his ex. They dated for 16 years. This Linda Holiday, who, like, for an older woman is like, a fine looking, like, older. I mean, what I'm saying, she's older. Like his ex. They dated for 16 years.
I think Emily was close, but just missed it. I think he's just getting the sloppiest of toppy. I think this man is having the, Hall of Fame busts, if you will, in this girl's mouth.
Really?
Just straight up. I think this man is getting the ultimate of head. And that's why he's just like, oh my God. Like, because here's the thing. Your wife, your girlfriend, or whatever, you're an older guy, they're going to lay down for you every once in a while. This chick is fucking, touching her tonsils with it. And
okay.
he just like, well, back when I did, you didn't do this if you were people sucking dick a lot now.
So we think that's really what it is. It's just the sex.
Well, what the fuck else is it?
It's insane. He's been a very hot topic in one of my group chats. Like this, basically what you and I are talking about now has been a huge discussion. And there's been a huge, like, he's ruining his legacy, and I'm like, I don't agree with that, just because it's like it's a sad end to his coaching career, but it's like, I still got won 6 titles. You know what I'm saying?
I've talked about it on the show before. When it comes to LeBron, when it comes to whatever, I don't think legacies go backwards.
Yeah,
I think your accomplishments are your legacy. That's why I hate the and then LeBron made 8 more finals, but he didn't win them. It's like, yo, it was already over. It's already done. Going to a bunch of finals and lose, what does that mean? What is no one's on the Jordan Wizards.
So that's why Russ can't play himself out of the Hall of Fame, right?
I don't think Russ was ever a Hall of Famer, but that's just my hot take. So I'm fine with that.
But all jokes aside, I agree. It's like he doesn't. People are like, oh, it's ruining. I'm like, ruining his legacy because, like you're saying, you get some top shelf trim. I
mean, I think the other thing is legacy, especially these days. Your legacy is just your perception. Like if this was, if he did all of what he did in the 70s in the NFL, and then in the early 80s was just like coaching a random, no one would even know or care or whatever. It's just like, oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, you went and coached North Carolina, but now everybody's got everything on, everybody's got cameras on everybody all the time.
I think that's a huge part of it, is the modern age with access to information, access to social media, access to everybody. I always say that. I mean, especially in sports and politics, right? Like you kind of can't get by. You can't get away with anything, right? It's like people can just look shit up at the end of the day. And I think, 10, 15 years from now, no one's going to be like, oh, those last 2 years of him coaching the North Carolina Tar Heels when he dated that crazy chick.
I mean, people might still say that because of the way shit is, but at the same time, again, the legacy of it all, like it's not gonna compare to everything he did in the NFL.
I mean, you think she's just giving it to him regularly?
Yeah, but you know what? What's crazy is they've been going out a while now.
That's what I'm saying.
Like what's gonna be weird is when that
That'll
falls
fade.
off. Yeah, and then he's gonna kill himself. He's gonna be like, "What the fuck did I do?"
I shouldn't laugh.
It's gonna be like he's just gonna like drink himself. You know what I mean? He's gonna get like a boating accident or some shit. He just gets fucking. He's gonna be found like hammered with his like sailor cap on, and they're gonna be like, "Oh god." He's gonna be like, "What did I do to my legacy?"
Look, like Michael Caine and wasn't he a sailor in we just talked about it, Cocktail. How'd he die?
That wasn't Michael Caine, bro. Are you serious? What an amazing movie that would have been if that had been Michael Caine.
Who was I haven't seen in a while. Who was the actor?
Yeah. Who the fuck knows? Not Michael Caine, some knockoff British guy. I think I might have even been Australian. I don't even know.
I think he was Australian. Who was the actor? You know
I know who it is, but I don't know who it is. Yeah.
Come on.
I know it's not Michael Caine. What? Well, that would be so legendary if that had been Michael Caine.
Brian Brown. Yeah. That's it.
Darling, come hither.
What else was he in?
Nothing.
Was he in Along Came Polly?
I don't know. Was he?
What else was he in? What was he in? Let's see how accurate I am.
He wasn't in Batman Begins. I know that.
Was he not in Along Came Polly too? He was in Along Came Polly.
Okay.
Yeah. That's really disrespectful that I would say Michael Caine.
I'm Michael Caine.
I think I need, dude, you know what? The fact that I just butchered that so badly, I got to watch Cocktail.
You got to watch Cocktail.
Plus, I guarantee you Brittany's never seen it.
Oh, you got to watch it.
She'd like it. It's a good movie.
I have a Cocktail reference in my my act these days. I talk about how Alexa just replenishes my shit before I remember when you used to run out of shit? You're all of a sudden you're out of shampoo, you're adding water to it, shaking it up like you're Tom Cruise behind the bar in Cocktail.
How do people get that reference?
Yeah. Who knows?
Fun little fact here, now that I'm looking at Cocktail. God, he just crushes it, Tom Cruise. The budget was $20 million, box office $171 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died in his boat. I was right.
Well, I know he died in his boat. I just knew it was Michael Caine, bro.
Well, and let's remember, we're talking about Jordan Hudson.
It was the chick.
The chick is Jordan. We got another coach call. This is for you. Let's just keep the coach theme rolling. We're talking all these coaches about Brian Daboll. I don't think you fully. I'll just play the call. I don't think we fully assessed like what your expectation is at this point.
Boys, it's your Brock Purdy lover boy. Well, looks like the Giants have just overnight become the funnest team to watch in the NFL. So congrats on that, Praino. Trending up. My question to you, Praino. So where are we at now on Daboll? I mean, do you have a record in mind to where if he doesn't win a certain amount of games this year, they should fire him? or is it now become sort of just like a, kind of assess the vibe, the team energy, or how things are building? I know you were a little cold on Daboll, but I would assume you're kind of, you're having second thoughts on him now. So I just wanted you to kind of allude on and expand on that, if you would. Boys, I fucking love football. Stay dirty.
I feel you, bro.
So I was super high on Daboll to start. A big part of the fall off for what I thought he was going to become came in the way he handled Daniel Jones. I felt like we got to a point with Daboll where he wasn't even trying to help him out. And it felt like they weren't winning enough games, and he thought he's going to get fired for it. If he can just convince them it's this guy's fault, then maybe he gets a shot with another quarterback, which is exactly what happened. Now, I throughout Daniel Jones' tenure with the Giants was also a Daniel Jones defender, not a Daniel Jones fan, but a Daniel Jones defender, because everybody loved to say, he's dog shit and the Giants are, he's a trash can and they're bad because he's bad. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. In the NFL these days, it really seems like a lot of middle of the pack, mediocre kind of quarterbacks can succeed when everything is being schemed for, especially the way the offenses are in the NFL. So I really soured on Daboll because of the way he's seemingly almost like threw Daniel Jones under the bus. Now, starts Russ for whatever reason, and I was fine with that because I don't think you throw a guy right in there right away, although Russ was embarrassing. Similarly, still kind of sour on him now because now he's just like bonering too hard for Dart. It's like you got your guy and now you're like not on the sideline for second and third and fourth down of a drive because you're like in the blue tent massaging his back or whatever. Like, we get it, dude. You got the guy you like now, but it's just like, I feel like you have to be above that as a coach. You have to be above like, this is my guy. And it's like, Eli Manning was very obviously Tom Coughlin's guy, but he would still criticize him and they still had a, whatever. Like, so I don't know. Daboll's relationship with the quarterback, the last one and the current one, both make me feel some sort of way about Daboll. Now, that being said, to answer the caller's question about what I'd like to see, it really isn't about the wins, nor is it really about the vibe. I think it's about being competitive. I said last episode, the vibes that I'm getting from this Giants team, specifically Jackson Dart right now, is what I got from the Patriots and Drake May, which is like, what they win. How many games did they win last year? 4?
Yeah, 4, I believe.
4, but you could see.
You saw the potential.
The
Yeah.
Giants just need to do that. And I would bet anything that if you went through the what does that make? 13 games that the Patriots lost last year, I bet 9 of them are 1-score games. You know what I mean? You just got to show that you're ready to compete in the NFL with other NFL teams while simultaneously growing this kid, getting me experience in close games, giving yourself a shot to win down the stretch of games, getting him real life game experience that isn't just like, throwing the ball against teams that are in the fucking prevent because you're getting your ass kicked. So to me, it's about developing them and it's about being competitive no matter who you play. from here to the end of the season. And a good start by not just being competitive against the defending champs, but beating the shit out of them. So, yeah, I got to see development and I got to see competitiveness, being competitive. And then obviously that has to go to that the feeling has to be, yeah, I also want to play for Daboll, because here's the thing. It's start over Daboll a million times at this point. Like there's like if you were like one of them's got to go, it's like fuck Daboll get fucked, right? So develop him, be competitive, and then also earn the offseason vouching by Dart for Daboll. Because also, let's not forget everything I just said about the Patriots. Then they got Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, that's true. So let's see here. Last year they had curiosity. 6 of those losses were 1 score.
Okay, 6 of the 13.
I mean, and they were blown out a lot in those other ones. It was very hot and cold. But that was the consensus, was that they needed a coach. Drake May has shown enough that he can be competitive, that he's their guy, so to speak. We're seeing it this year so far. And now that we're live here at this game, and Josh Allen just threw an interception. Fun fact that Patriots are division lead. They're both 4-2, and the Patriots beat them head to head.
Right. Oh, is that game over?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just threw an interception to end the game.
Wild.
It is a tough year, man.
It is a tough year in the NFL. I feel like, and I was thinking about this the other day, and I had another thing I want to do later on if we have time, but I was thinking about this forever, historically, not just on this show, but in the NFL, as long as I've been alive. It was always parity, any given Sunday. And on a game-to-game basis, there was obvious that it didn't matter on a game-to-game basis. Anybody could beat anybody. But you go back like 4 or 5 years, and you could almost count on saying, take half of the playoff teams from last year and throw them out. They're not making it. You just got to figure out which half are making it, which half aren't, because we're reshuffling the playoff deck every year. That felt like the way it was for a long time. And then the last couple of years, there's really been these there's been a lot of consistency between like this team wins this division every year. I would bet anything in the last 4 to 5 years, the consistency of teams returning to the playoffs is like stronger than it's ever been. It feels like we're finally getting back to kind of what the NFL always was, where it's like, wow, we have this parity, we have any given week. We're not going to have a team that's 11-0 or 12-0, and we're not going to have a team that's 12-1 and 2 other teams that are, 10-2 or whatever. Like, it feels like people are going to beat each other up a little bit. And I like the NFL better when it's like that.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think I love when you don't know what the fuck. Like this year, dude. I mean, I'm looking right now. I just pulled it up with this game ending. It's like, I mean, this is pretty wild standing. I know it's, here's the thing though. It's a third of the way through. The Bills are 4-2. The Colts are 5-1. The Chiefs are 3-3. The Chargers are 4-2. The Broncos are 4-2. The Steelers are 4-1. But both leagues, the Eagles are now 4-2.
I mean, Buffalo just fell to the 5th seed if the playoffs are today. Indianapolis, Pittsburgh, Chargers, New England, Buffalo, Jacksonville, Denver. Now, let me ask you something. Are you still on the Baltimore Ravens winning the division? I told you we would be here. I mean, we talked about it I was like, well, they're going to lose again.
God, that was a tough one. You know, I don't know if you watched it. It's like it's 3-3. They these turnovers, man, and then it's just like the game completely gets away from them. And
Sorry, hold on one sec.
yeah, go for it. Yeah, so I'm watching that game. They were one of my picks, in my pick 7, and I knew it was a risky move. But in my head, I was just like, it's Harbaugh, it's Baltimore. They're gonna figure it out. They're gonna get it together. Come on, like this is the week. Like, keep a close game. Keep it close with the Rams. It's at home. I thought that would happen. I thought they would just keep it close. I had them at 7.5 dogs. And I was just like, come on, guys. It's tough at 1-5. I mean, 1-5 is tough to bounce back from.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, look, I just don't know what to make of the Steelers. I just don't know what to make of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're 4-1. They got a quality road win at New England. That's going to be
You are your record, right?
The D's looked a lot better the last few weeks. I mean, they opened the year with 2 just awful defensive performances. Yeah, like you are, like I'm more so kind of just looking at that division. Like, I'm not talking like deep playoff runs at all. Definitely not now or not yet. But it's like my early prediction is the Steelers lose to the Bengals. I don't know. Thursday night, anything goes.
I'm definitely not taking that.
I don't know if you saw the spread. To me again, the Bengals, just Vegas has it's 5.5. It's insane to me. Like, Vegas has no faith in the Bengals. Now, statistically, it's backed. They're a bottom 3 team, both sides of the ball, basically on every major stat.
Bengals are bad. So here's the other thing I wanted to do.
But hold on, before you go on that, like, so I want to ask you then about that division, because we're talking, like, do you think the Steelers win it?
Yeah. I said it like 2 weeks ago now, and I was wrong. I said I didn't think they would win the division to start the year. I mean, the Ravens were a no-brainer to me, but look at where they're at. And the Browns and the Bengals are the Browns and the Bengals.
So you think the Steelers like go 10-7 and win the division?
Yeah. I mean, going 10-7 means going 6-6 down the stretch, right?
Yeah, it's a good point. 500
While getting to play the Bengals and the Browns again.
Bengals twice, Browns one more time. It's true. Were you going to say something?
So we can keep this relatively quick, but I have something with the way that this is what it made me think of, like the state of the NFL, the parity, the whatever. It doesn't feel like, even with the Chiefs, with the Eagles, that there's anywhere. I mean, you can't say with confidence that the Colts are going to be good for the next 5 seasons. So I thought about this first for football, and then I thought about, consider everything that goes along with it, where you might be from, other sports teams in the area. If you were reborn tomorrow and you opened your eyes, came out of your mother's womb and you opened your eyes tomorrow, and your new dad was holding a onesie, what team would you be hoping he was holding? You're like, okay, this is it. I am gifted a life as a what fan?
It's a great question.
And then the reverse. Who's the last team you want to be? I honestly think, and that's why I said, considering like other sports teams you'll be able to root for, where you likely are born. Like if somebody's holding a Raiders jersey, you're like, oh, am I in Henderson, Nevada, or am I in like the Inland Empire? Like, you could be anywhere, but you're probably not in Palm Beach, Florida, or whatever. Like,
so are we talking NFL?
Yeah, I'm saying NFL, but like I almost want to consider everything.
If I can be any team, NFL wise,
But this
I
is
mean,
this is your lifetime.
for my lifetime, I mean, it's tough to not be caught in the moment. I'll give you 3. Packers, based on historical context, based on just the whole allure of obviously Lambeau and the history, and they got 2 titles in our lifetime. They've been to another Super Bowl. It's like they are consistently a winning team.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying Packers.
Okay.
I'm gonna probably stick with again these old teams for the most part that have shown that they can consistently be competitive. Do I go Steelers or Ravens? I'll go Steelers. And then, dude, maybe
Now
it's
taking all the things, would you rather be like? So if you're handed a pack, you're probably living in Wisconsin. You're probably being born to a family in Wisconsin.
Hey, I'm from the Midwest. That's nothing.
That's okay.
And then I'll just say it. I mean, the Chiefs.
Now, what about the Niners?
Ooh, that's a good one.
And what about the Rams? I know the Rams don't really have consistency like throughout our lifetime, but they do have a couple of runs.
And they have it.
And it feels like they're in a good place.
Yeah,
it feels like they're all set up in LA and SoFi.
But my only concern is that they just don't. God, when are they? Dude, they're 10 years into this, man. When are they going to get a base?
Well, you're being birthed into the base. They're birthing new fans every day.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like you watch a Niners-Rams game. It's goddamn 70% Niners fans in SoFi.
I would say the Rams have to be, or the Niners have to be up there. Consistently good through the year.
Yeah.
A lot of peaks. Now, they haven't won. Now, to be fair, people shit on the Cowboys. The Niners haven't won a Super Bowl since before the Cowboys.
Yeah, but they've played in 3.
Yeah.
And 3 since 2012. Who I don't want to be? Number 1. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's the Browns.
I was going to say the Bengals.
That's fair.
Now, hear me out. The Browns and the Bengals, basically the same. But at least in Cleveland, you got the Indians have been okay. You got you got a basketball team there. You got whatever. You're in the Bengals. You're like, oh, we're gonna go watch training camp. Where does that happen? They're like inside a tennis bubble across the street.
So the Bengals are the number 1 team you don't want to be.
I think if I was born a baby, I was like a Bengal. Like, also the Browns have like a richer history. I can be like, oh, the Browns.
No Super Bowl appearances ever.
Right. It's Bengals or Browns. Or Jets. But at least if you're born a Jets fan, at least you're like, it's highly likely that you live in like greater New York. You got a lot of other options.
Well, you got a lot of teams to choose from.
You could just be like, I'm gonna get into fashion.
Did
make a lot of green dresses?
Fashion. Did you watch any of that game?
No, thank God.
Dude.
-10 passing yards for Justin Fields.
Hey, they covered for me. And I'll tell you what. He is so bad. Their offense is so bad. Their D played great. I mean, I'm just going to say, I was going to allude to it earlier. Like, I feel like I'm off and on Tomlin, but it's like, guys, they went like I don't know how he did it. They went 4-2 with Justin Fields. They won 10 games with They won 10 games. This is all I'll say about Tomlin. They won 10 games with Justin Fields and the ghost of Russell Wilson last year. Now, did they get their ass kicked in the playoffs? Sure. But my point is, like, you watched that game yesterday. Like you said, -10 passing yards. Just Justin Fields, he can't do anything. You're like, how did he win 4 out of 6 games for the Steelers? I mean, it's just like they need a complete reboot over there for the Jets.
Yeah,
I don't know who they're beating.
I mean, and by reboot, I mean I think at some point you got to consider just shutting the shit down. What's a complete reboot? New quarterback, new coach, new play, new GM, new owner. Like,
yeah.
By the way, big factor when I was thinking about this, Packers being high on the list. Well, you're going to be drinking a lot of Miller Lite.
There you go. It'd be fun to go to Packers games. It's cold as shit up there, though, man.
Yeah, that was a factor too. I was like, it's cold. You're in Wisconsin. You're in like small town Wisconsin, which I guess is okay or whatever.
I mean, I wonder how Justin Wood feels about you saying the Bengals.
Oh, listen. I think what's the movie? What's the Jim Carrey movie where they get rid of his memory? Why am I blanking on one of my favorite movies of all time?
I'm blanking on too. I know what you're saying.
Like, Justin might not say it, but deep down in every Bengals fan's soul, if they could be Men in Blacked and just wake up tomorrow and go like, what team am I a football fan of? And I'm just like, oh, you're a fan of the 49ers. It's like, oh, sick. They would take it deep down in their soul. No one wants that shit. No one wants no one wants to be a fucking Jets fan. They want to be removed from being a Jets fan.
Who wins more games this year, the Giants or the Bengals? They're both 2-4.
I'm going to say the Giants. And I think their schedule's harder, but they don't have they feel good about it. The Bengals fans are the crying behind the mask meme where they're like, Joe Flacco's going to turn it around.
Dude, they believe it. I think a lot of them do. It's insane. I'm telling you, I live here.
The thing about the Giants, and trust me, I understand this because I said it. I said it going to that game. I said they have to win the Saints game. They win the Saints game, it changes your season. They didn't. Okay? So everything you need to know about how I feel about the Giants, just know that I am aware that 1 week they could lose to the Saints, and the next week they could beat the shit out of the defending champs Eagles. But they know that too. So if you're a Giants player, you truly have to feel like we can beat anyone. I don't think the Bengals players think we can beat anyone.
No. Definitely not. I mean, I have to laugh at the notion of this thought that, like, Joe Flacco keeps them relevant, and then Joe Burrow comes in mid-December after not playing football for 3 months, and they get to the playoffs, and then suddenly they're a team to reckon with.
Again, we're talking about 10-7 probably sneaks in, right?
Well, they have some things got to win the division. Yeah.
So they got to go 8-3 down the stretch with Joe Flacco? And no defense? No offensive line? No running game?
Yeah, it's insane. Trust me, it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Have they considered bringing back their former offensive coordinator now that he's available again?
Bro, I've literally seen people talk about that. Get him in the building. It's insane. I'm telling you, people are crazy. NFL fans. I mean, look, let's just go through real quick. By the way, the freaking Bears are killing me, man. Like, cover the spread, guys. What are you doing? I thought for sure.
What was the spread?
4.5. I mean, look, there's still time, but
What are they down 6 right now?
down 8.
Down 8.
Yeah, they need to step it up. I mean, if you go through, you talk about it. Like, let's just go through it real quick. The best team right now, we're going to agree, right, in the NFC is
The Bucks?
the Bucks. Like, they're playing the best football right now.
Oh, I need to do one follow-up on our Baker discussion. Across social media, there was a lot of feedback on that clip. And I'm not even going to spend the time to mock some of the things people said. But I'm going to tackle a couple. Cowboys fans, you're losers. You're fucking like, how long does Dak Prescott have to fail for your team before you realize that there's never been a more fucking Carson Palmer empty yards looks good on the stat fucking page in a loss game than fucking Dak Prescott. If you guys think that Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield today, stop watching football. You don't understand. Now let's get to just like, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt because at least Dak has like been pretty good on some mediocre teams and whatever. The Jared Goff defenders, you guys,
They don't have football either.
I will sum it up with a quote from Chris Collinsworth from late in last night's Sunday Night Football game that tells you that settles this argument once and for all. Chris Collinsworth at the end of the game last night. Well, Mike, this is where the Lions struggle. This is a situation the Lions don't want to find themselves in. One where they need to throw the football.
I saw that.
Throw the football?
I saw that.
He's literally saying, unless you are able to shove it down people's throats with the run, set up play action, and get super easy looks, the Lions aren't good. Meanwhile, here's a fun fact from the end of the Bucs game. The Bucs, for the first time this year, got to line up in victory formation. It's week 6. Every game, Baker's throwing them into it. Every game. The Lions really struggle when they need to move the ball, Mike. When Jared Goff's not just handing it off to a bunch of guys who are running down the field and then play actioning himself into wide open guys, the Lions really struggle. Get AIDS if you think that fucking Jared Goff is comparable to Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is a legit MVP candidate at this point, and you guys are talking about fucking medium pizza guy who he's a medium pizza delivery man, and unless you give him GPS to your door, he ain't finding it. Jared Goff is a medium pizza delivery guy that couldn't do that job in 1996. He would never be able to figure out MapQuest.
He didn't know where the sun set when he was in that first season of Hard Knocks. Come on.
And this isn't about Baker being smarter than him. He's just better.
Yeah.
Better fucking. They're not great when they got to throw the football, Mike.
I did hear that. I was lying in bed and I heard him say that, and I was like, wow, he doesn't even realize how much of a diss that is on Jared Goff. It's crazy.
This is where the Lions really have trouble.
Dude,
when they need to move the ball down the field without just handing it to dudes.
I have done such a 180 on Baker Mayfield. It's like
Yeah.
I don't think I've done a bigger 180.
So most of the world has, and it's why. Listen, sometimes we all got to take our fucking L's and be like, we underrated the dude. He's playing legit, just about the best quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. We got a call about him actually. Little hypothetical situation. Where we at here? All right.
Joseph, Andrew Joseph, Adam Lane, number one, Indiana DirtBall. Got a Baker call for you. I enjoyed the exercise on Baker, and I agreed with what you guys said on the Colts, but it did get me wondering, kind of playing the fan what-if game. I do have to admit that back when the Colts moved on from Carson Wentz, if you guys remember, there was kind of a lot of steam about Baker to the Colts. I did not want that to happen. They instead go with Matt Ryan, which obviously didn't work out. I can take the L on that. But it did have me wondering, playing the what-if game, if they go with Baker instead of Matt Ryan, I mean, we probably are never bad enough to draft Anthony Richardson, never have to go through the Anthony Richardson, Gardner Minshew, Joe Flacco carousel. I'm really curious what this team would look like going into year 4 or year 3, I guess it would be, of Baker, rather than going through 3 seasons of shittiness. But at the same time, maybe they're never in the position to draft Tyler Warren, who looks like maybe the most dynamic tight end we've ever had, all due respect to Dallas Clark. Curious to hear what you guys think about that. I think, instead of, if they could have just got Matthew Stafford when he was available and not pivoted to Carson Wentz, maybe we're never having this conversation in the first place and we have a Super Bowl. But, if it's ifs and buts, you guys know the deal. All right, let me know what you think. See ya.
I mean, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah. I think the big thing is you probably don't have the coach you have right now.
That's true.
And that's huge. But I'm going to go back further. And this starts with a man who haunts me to this day.
Little Fudge and Rivers?
Nope. This goes back to a man that haunts me to this day. To this day, Andy. Why in the world, on a beautiful October Sunday in the year of our Lord 2025, do I have to see the name Jacoby Brissoli? How dare you, NFL? How dare you still do this to me? The Arizona Cardinals rolling out Jacoby Brissoli. I go all the way back to when I said, prior to the Jacoby Brissoli experiment, give Eli Manning Peyton's number 18 and go for it. They were coming straight off Andrew Luck, and they went with Brissoli. And they were good. They had just won a playoff game. That's the real turning point.
Tug.
They talk about the butterfly effect.
Never forget Tug defense.
The butterfly effect. How about the Brissoli effect? Where would 12 different franchises in the NFL be today if Jacoby Brissoli had just quit football like Andrew Luck?
I feel like he always almost wins games. Like yesterday.
Yeah.
Like he always almost wins games.
I said I was done taking the Cardinals. Then I took the Cardinals, and then I wake up and Jacoby Brissoli's on my team.
Did they cover?
I don't know. I don't think so.
They were in. I forget what the line was. I mean, look, the Colts are in a good spot right now. Like we said, I mean they're 5-1. I mean,
I'm still like they're pretenders in a sense, but they're also the 1 seed. So,
well, again, like we're saying, it's like You're 6 games in, man.
I saw a stat. This is the most points the Indianapolis Colts have ever scored through 6 games.
It's insane.
That's mind blowing.
I mean, again, let's say they go 6-5 the rest of the way. Dude, they win 11 games. You're in the playoffs. With literally an outcast quarterback and an outcast defensive coordinator who the Bengals fired. It's like, come on. By the way, the Bears did answer my call as far as on a touchdown, but now they're gonna let Jay Daniels get some more points.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how far ahead or behind you I am. I got 3rd and 5 on the screen.
Yeah, I got it too.
So you gotta stop here, Andy. I'm rooting for the Bears at this point. Baseball keeps getting exciting.
Yeah. We got 2nd and 3rd with 1 out here for Milwaukee.
Would have been a run in, but it's ground rule double.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Oh, here it is. Then there was 4, right? We got a call about I'm just going through all these calls. Might as well do it right.
Sure.
We got a call about what was that have Game 5, Tigers Mariners.
What a fucking baseball game. It's so funny. I mean, and again, it's not like I did super deep analyzation of that game. You were like, who do you like? And I was like, the Mariners. And then I was like, oh, wait, what's the pitching matchup? And I was like, oh, I like the Tigers, but it's going to be a good game. And then fucking great pitching performance from Skubal. And then 15 innings. It's wild.
Yeah, he just missed it here. For the Brewers. All right, let me play this call.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Hunter from Michigan. I'm currently sitting and watching the Mariners celebrate their win over the Tigers. Like I've done nothing in my life besides watch baseball. This might be the greatest game of baseball that I've ever watched. I really want to be salty that the Tigers pitchers seem to lose control, and that's what feels like lost us the game, is the lack of control. But honestly, it's just one of the greatest games I've ever seen. The pitching, the defense was just utterly exceptional throughout the extra innings. And baseball, take notes. Do not ever put ghost runners in for the playoffs at the very least. Like, get rid of it completely. This game would have been over in like the 2nd or 3rd extra inning at the latest because of ghost runners, and every single extra inning was so fun to watch. This might be the most fun baseball game I've ever seen. So that's all I got to say about it. Sucks that my team didn't make it through, but at the end of the day, just an amazing, amazing game to watch. That's it for me. Catch you guys later.
So refresh my memory on the Ghost Runner thing again, as far as playoffs.
Doesn't
exist. Okay.
Which is great. Now, listen, I'm not like a Ghost Runner fan, but at the same point, baseball's a long fucking season, and maybe we don't need 19-inning baseball games in the regular season. And the Ghost Runner being completely gone in the postseason is great because we get this. I got to second what he said. An incredible baseball game. I was out at a brewery with my wife. It was on in the background, and I'm like, what the fuck? And she's like, what? And I was like, telling her, I go, they had no one on, or they have no one out. They have guys on. They got an out. Then they get a double play to get out of the inning. And she's like, what's a double play? And I'm like, don't worry about it. And then I was like, it just doesn't happen that you get out of an inning like that. It was like if they had scored a run there, it's game over, series over. They do it again the next inning. And she's like, I thought you said that doesn't happen. I'm like, you don't understand. This baseball game's insane. And then it was just, that is what I love about baseball is you watch playoff baseball when you're watching playoff football or when you're watching playoff basketball, none of it matters until the end. Like it matters, but it doesn't. Like it's not over.
I agree.
In baseball, it's like this game, every fucking pitch matters. Every missed layup in an NBA Finals game doesn't matter. Every dropped pass in the Super Bowl doesn't matter. Every fucking pitch matters because it's setting up something else, and it's so wild. It was such a great baseball game. I'm excited about baseball down the stretch. Great job by Detroit putting up a good fight in that last game. What a performance by Skubal. What a performance to get out of a couple of those late extra inning jams that they were in. What a good job by everybody's bullpen. And then, it felt like they were about to do it again. And they just, you can't expect to do this every fucking inning of 15. So, and good on the Mariners who took that momentum, rolled into Toronto, put a smackdown tonight.
Wait a second. Tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
Damn, they're up 2-0. Have the Mariners ever played in the World Series?
They're not up 2-0. It's 1-0.
No, Seattle's up 2-0.
Are they?
Yeah.
I might have missed it last night.
There was a close one last night. Was it 2-1? 1-0? What was the game last night? It was 3-1
last night.
Yeah.
Oh, we were dog sitting last night. It was a disaster. I didn't even know that had happened. So we both missed one, Andy.
Bro, they stole it on the. So those are both on the road.
Both
too.
in Toronto, yeah.
Right? Am I correct? Have the Mariners ever played in the World Series?
I'm gonna guess not.
I don't think so. Is this bottom of the ninth, dude? My screen is just
bottom of the ninth. 2 outs. 2 on.
You haven't been to that stadium, have you?
I have not. Boy, would I love to go. It's not Miller Park anymore, though, is it?
No.
Should be. What a fail. That was like dropping dirty sports for 2024. Talk about your all-time dropped bags.
They they had them forever. It's okay. It's
I'm sure they still sell the exact same amount of Miller Lights.
Yeah, and it's it's so Midwest with the brats and the like. It's Wisconsin. The red glove.
And Contreras up. This is great. So what do you have? What's your setup over there? You got YouTube TV, so you got the tuned into different things?
I got it split on YouTube TV.
That's
split.
I've got my phone on a tripod right here with a football game on.
That's hilarious. The YouTube TV split screen is just, dude, they went from like choosing what you could split to like, I'm pretty sure I could like split a house drive on this shit.
Right. And they also give you a lot of like preset, right? They'll be like, are you doing the sports options tonight?
A ton. I just wish it wouldn't keep going up,
I also wish they just didn't like. Why are they the one fucking company that knows how to not let us share passwords? A bunch of bitches.
I thought Netflix was cracking down on that.
I don't know. We have. This is the first time I've ever had a Netflix account that was tied to something like. This is Charlotte's. We use Charlotte's Netflix. I think I might have even canceled mine. It's my Apple TV. It's my Apple Plus or whatever. That's what I bring to the table.
Look at you, bring something to the table for once.
It's Mikey's Disney. It's Gabby's Hulu. It's a DirtBall's baseball package.
So do you walk him? Yeah, base is juiced.
You're saying, do you walk him or did he walk him?
He did walk him. So basically, a hit wins it now, huh?
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, these are some pressure packed situations.
Look at him. He's fucking amped about the walk.
So who's fired? Who's fired next? Who's fired next in the NFL?
What NFL coach? It's got to be McDaniels next on the hot seat, right?
Bro, did you see that Tua press conference?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Although to be fair,
why is he airing that out?
To be fair, I feel like Tua's brain has a lot of meetings that other people aren't invited to.
Well, the one guy who played, he said he played with him first. I mean, it went viral. I don't even know who this was. Deshaun Hamilton. He hasn't played in the league for a while. He said I was barely on the team for 3 seconds. Tua was late to the first team meeting that I had to go to.
Oh, so that was a retort to his thing.
Yeah, this is what Tua had to say. Up, game over.
Oh, you're literally 5 seconds ahead of me somehow.
No, that was a replay from earlier in the game.
Jesus Christ.
I took my eyes off it.
Well, I think it starts with the leadership in helping articulate that for the guys, and then what we're expecting.
I don't know where I grabbed this from. The audio definitely doesn't match the voice, but I don't give a shit. I'm playing it.
Out of the guys, right? We're expecting this. Are we getting that? Are we not getting that? We have guys showing up to player-only meetings late. Guys not showing up to player-only meetings. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. Do we have to make this mandatory? Do we not have to make this mandatory? So it's a lot of things of that nature that we got to get cleaned up, and it starts with the little things like that.
To be clear, you're saying some players were late or missed?
Late, yeah.
Thank you.
Why is he doing? I don't understand why he would do that.
Now he's also talking about players only meetings, right?
Correct.
So how does one even make that mandatory?
Well, and also, I'm sure your teammates love that, bro. Like, forget your coach, who's clearly lost the locker room.
Like, if you have
shit, game's over.
You are ahead of me, and I don't know which way it's over yet. Brewers lose?
I don't even see how it ended. What happened there? Show the replay. What is happening here?
Struck him out on a high fastball. Ball game. He swung at a pitch over his fucking head. So that's how it ended.
Tough scene.
Tough scene.
I'm telling you, the Commander's gonna go down here and get a field goal and cover this fucking spread at 4.5.
If you're having like how many players only meetings have there been? It's like, oh, some guys are missing, some guys are late. You're like, bro, why don't you just go to the you know how many meetings football teams have?
Oh my god, so many.
They have your meetings, they have team meetings, they have offense meetings, quarterbacks meetings. You have practice.
I think you're onto something. All his brain injuries, he's losing track of things.
I've never experienced this, but my wife keeps talking about there's like, do you know about this, like the Benadryl man or like the whatever? Like there's like some people when they're in like deep sleep will see like a figure at the end of their bed. This is like a common thing, like a black hatted like figure. Do you know about this? Anyway, that's who I think Tua's having meetings with. And he's like, no, the rest of my team showed up. Were you half asleep, bro? Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
Where would you put his contract? Like if we were looking at like worst QB bags.
It's up there.
It's up there. I'm just trying to think of like
where is he on the list of highest paid quarterbacks? Like fourth?
This always gets confusing. We talking like this year? We talking total?
What's this year?
This year, I'm gonna get out of this website because I don't. Okay, this year, here we are.
I'm
Goes
trying to think of
goes Dak, Josh Allen, Burrow tied for 2, Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love, then Tua.
I mean, I'd rather have all those guys. Dak being the highest paid player in fucking football is hilarious and hilariously bad.
Well, a lot of these are bad, man.
He's significantly better than Tua.
Tua's getting $53 million this year. Purdy, who's not even playing, is getting $53 million.
Purdy's also up there as bad, but Purdy's also way better than Tua. But Purdy's also really bad because, like, you knew you just did it with everybody. Like, Purdy's deal's almost worse, but he's still so much better than Tua that you can't say a guy who's significantly better than a guy who gets paid the exact same amount of is a worse deal. But they should have been smarter. The Dolphins are the fucking Dolphins. They gave Tecmo Bowl Tommy their fucking head coaching job. He wears shoes that are too big because he likes how they look. He's wearing fucking sweatpants on the sideline.
Yeah, he's done, dude.
Bro, your Bears just recovered a fumble.
You're ahead of me on that one.
That's wild. Fuck streaming. That's the one thing that's shit about streaming. No one's on the same goddamn page.
It'd be a huge win if they could pull this off.
Whenever I talk to Jay on the phone, Jay's somehow like Jay's watching game 2 of the Dodgers right now. I'm like, what cable do you have, bro? You got billionaire cable.
Yeah.
You have future cable.
So you would say you didn't give me, you said Browns and Bengals real quick.
Yeah.
Who you wouldn't want? Who are 3 you want? Niners?
I like Packers as well. Niners, Rams. I'm gonna say also low key my Giants are in there.
You guys have been bad for a while, but you know.
But that's why if I was starting today, it's like, well, you just got the 10 years of absolute dog shit out of the way. The Giants love to go in these cycles, so you could be cycling back up right now. Also, you're, like the Niners, like you're born in New York. You got some good Knicks times ahead of you. Probably born a Yankees fan since you're a Giants fan. Historically, that's the pairing. So you got that in your favor.
Yeah. I mean, I said it last time, so I'm gonna say it again. I'm happy to see Yoshi. I am not one to go to a Bengals.
Is Yoshi on the show on Friday?
He flies out at it doesn't really work out.
Okay. It's all good. I'll probably be in like a hotel room in Bishop, California. So
he was like, give me your address. He's taking that red eye. I told you. I was like, dude, I'll just get you. He's like, you sure? And I was like, well, Yoshi, either way, I got to get up.
Yeah. Like Yoshi, I'll pick you up from the airport, but I just don't want to go to the football game with you.
Oh, I just can't, my patience for bro, I'm just going off in threads now, like on group text, Bengals fan friends, to the point where I'm just like paragraph, I can't handle I think people are fuck Ruther, he's an asshole. I'm just like, dude, I can't.
But when Joe Flacco comes in and you guys don't really the whole idea, I've heard it a couple of times, yeah, they were in that game at the end. It's were they? They got within 8 at the end?
6. Well, look, here's my take on all that. Somebody wrote one of the sports writers I actually like here in local in Cincinnati wrote a great piece. He goes, we've entered the
we almost won zone.
Yeah, he goes he was knocking the fans. He's like, We've entered we didn't lose by 25. We lost by 9.
Yeah.
And I fully agree with him. Never had a lead in that game. Second half, Flacco did. He looked good. He's also got Jamar Chase making insane plays. But my point is, I think Flacco did look good. The defense sucked. Again, they just couldn't stop him. They again, in every stat, they are bottom 3. They suck. It doesn't mean I think they might beat the Steelers. But my point is, it's like, they're like, oh, schedule gets easy after the Steelers, then they get the Jets, then they get the Bears. And I'm like, the Bears are gonna be a tough game at home. The Jets, they should win at home. But I was like, then you still have 2 against the Ravens. Good luck, play it out.
Well, Andy, you almost need to rise above this as a combo. The Bengals are irrelevant right now.
Yeah, but my point is, like, when I get in these group text messages,
well, send them to me. I'll be like, guys, I'm an impartial judge here. Your team stinks. Your defense stinks. You can't run the ball. You got a bunch of wide receivers, and now you had to trade for Joe Flacco to come throw the ball to them because you've built the team in the most insane. It was never a way to build a team, let alone modern way to build a team.
I just think people here, they don't think. I was telling a buddy today, I go, just, you and I obviously have a beat on everything and we understand. I was like, I go, people, they don't realize here, this is his 7th year. This is Zach Taylor's 7th year. I said, when they don't make the playoffs this year, he's made the playoffs 2 out of 7 years. That's awful. That's awful. This is Burrow's 6th year. When they don't make the playoffs, Burrow would have made 2 playoff appearances in 6 years. Like, say it out loud. That's fucking terrible. That's terrible. Like, reality.
Longing for the days of
well, that's my next point. My brother got like
Marvin Lewis and Andy Dalton.
He goes, you're out of your mind. I said, I'll just say this about Marvin. I said, he did more with less. They'd always lose in the playoffs. They were always going, though. And they had, by the way, they had great defenses. He was the DC of the fucking Ravens. Like, yeah. He earned it. He came with the pedigree. Like, he earned that head coaching job, not for the length he had, but you see my point. I told Justin this other day, we were texting, and I said, here's a fun fact, dude. I just looked it up again. ChatGPT is fucking undefeated. I said, let's go over all the Bengals head coaches since Sam Weiss, who took them to the 88 Super Bowl. Not a single one of them got a second head coaching job. That's all you need to know. Not a single one of them. Just go through the list. Since he was fired in like 90 or 91, none of those guys ever had a head coaching job. That's all you need to know about the organization. They're hiring guys who no one else would hire. You know, a lot of these guys we always talk about retreads, get opportunities in other places. Not if you were the Bengals head coach, because you didn't deserve it in the first place.
Right.
No, not a single franchise would take a look at Zach Taylor if he was fired. It's just like, Bob Callahan, Brian Callahan, Bill Callahan, Callahan's Auto Parts, whatever the fuck his name is. Oh, Bears.
Let's go.
It's a tough field, though, to kick a field goal.
I mean, I'm back to like the Cowboys losing and, the Eagles looking so susceptible. I'm back to like, yeah, I need the Commanders to lose for NFC East reasons.
Well, there's a lot of football. That's why, like, I know I sound crazy, but I'm like,
who's that chick they just showed?
Which screen?
That's somebody's wife?
Oh, this chick?
I think they're just picking random people on the thing. Andy, are you worried about what's going to happen in the war zone in the Chicago if they win this game? I know you're.
I don't know why you've tagged this on me.
You said it last episode.
I just said I saw something where there were more murders per capita than certain years.
I just
from-
want I find it hilarious how Midwest dad you've become. There's not a single block of Chicago that is dicier on any given day than outside Savage Town mid 2012.
Mildred.
Yeah. Just like tent cities, Asian guys running people over in cars, bikes being stolen, bats and fucking golf clubs being fucking wielded, fires being set. Just like, remember, just like bushes would just catch fire. Like it was like something out of the Bible. Like, I gotta go. The whole parking lot's on fire. Like from what? I don't know.
I
This
got
guy
that
was
video
cooking
from
a corn
2020
dog.
where that woman lit the fucking. It was just engulfed. Well, you know what it is when you have kids. You're more.
You'd be the fucking dude.
Oh, it's insane.
There'd be the National Guard if you still live there these days. If this is 2014 Mildred, Donald Trump would be like, we're sending in the troops.
You know what?
As Asians, I gotta get the Asians out of Venice. They're running over people, and also, I think we all know they're eating the dogs.
I disagree about 2014. I think peak. If we're looking at peak years, ask Nick D'Alessandro, bro. COVID got
COVID was a whole other thing. COVID was a whole other dude.
COVID got
you remember my little apartment building? It was all the door you enter, and that there were all little railroads out to the window that faced either Horizon, mine faced Sidewalk Cafe or the beach. During COVID, they boarded all of them up. I'm like, I only have one window. What do you mean you're boarding up my windows? They're like, people just keep throwing rocks and cans of soup and shit through all our windows. So we gotta let this shit settle down. I was like, so I live in the dark now? What are you guys talking about? What am I, Bane?
So how did I not know they boarded up your window?
Yeah. But from the outside, they just put a huge fucking piece of plywood over the window.
You know what I was laughing about the other day that I completely forgot?
Meanwhile, I was on crutches, so I was like, no, I guess a Criterion Collection. Let's go. Movie night.
I was laughing. I totally forgot that. I don't know why I remember this, that Tug had my keys to get away from his family, and he would go to Savage Town. And you know, I was laughing the other day thinking about it. Because Tug's like, oh, I'm going over there to write. I don't know why. I just, every time I pictured Tug gets in my apartment, opens his computer, hits my lotion, is like,
wait,
he's like,
was this when you were back in Cincinnati?
Yeah, for like 3 months. I just picture Tug being like, because he's always like, oh, it's great. It's relaxing. I'm going there to write. I just picture Tug opening that laptop being like, all right, time for another sesh.
Sitting in the same computer chair with his ass out that you would sit in.
And it's just funny because Tug's like, just like not that type of guy, which makes it funnier.
Yeah.
Like just the thought of him being like, yeah.
He's like, well,
I mean,
I may as well jerk off while I'm here.
Yeah. Like, how old are his kids now?
Yeah. Gotta be. I just talked to Tug the other day.
That's what I'm saying. Like, does he have a teenager yet?
No, I don't think he's that old.
I bet his oldest is near teen.
I think he's gotta be like 10, 11. You might be right, though. I don't know.
Oh, well, it's coming down to this. I haven't been paying attention. I mean, so I don't get this. Like, it's rainy. He already had one blocked. I just feel like these guys, they got to try to go in as far. I feel like these coaches, they risk these kicks by not going in far enough. Like, try to get as many yards as you want, like as you can. I mean,
well, they did. They got a huge chunk. You might have missed it.
Sorry, I did miss it. Okay.
They're like, yeah, it's a 38-yarder.
Still. This would be a huge win for them.
Here we go.
Don't say anything because you're ahead of me.
You were watching the baseball game. You're like, it's over.
Oh, now I got Pedro on my screen. On the other side.
Kick us up and
he drilled it.
Let me ask you, I don't know the rules on this. Here's something I hate all the time, though. I hate it. Feels like when I was a kid, it was such a common thing for field goals to snap it on third down because if there was like a failed snap or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know the rules.
Did they change the rule where you only get one snap at a field goal now?
It's a good
But
question.
here's a better question. If you kick it on second down and it gets blocked, but you recover it, can you just kick it again? No.
I don't know.
That feels like it's definitely not. By the way, I have this fucking McCroskey whatever kid. Last week you went off. This week I think I might got minus points. I mean, how many times did he fumble the ball tonight?
Dude, Bears won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
And then they got, hey, look, I mean, listen to this. Listen to this for the Bears. Praino, I mean, it's early. Saints at home next week. They'll be favorite. At Ravens, at Bengals.
Yeah.
I'm saying that if they win 2 out of 3 of those, Bears are at 5-3.
Let me ask you something because I know you're about to say we'll wrap it up, but
yeah,
I had one thought since you just brought up the Bears. That made me think of the NFC North. That made me think of the Vikings. That took me to everybody is on the Seahawks at this point.
I know.
The Seahawks are, am I crazy? But the Seahawks are literally just this year's Vikings. Is there any reason for me to believe Sam Darnold isn't just like a regular season?
I mean, look, let me put it this way. The Niners have all those injuries. Like, the Niners are fucked. Like, they got like stud players out for the season, like Fred Warner. It's like, you don't bounce back from like a stud guy being on your defense being gone. The Seahawks still have to deal with the Rams. That's just my thing. It's like,
but let's say, remember last year, did they win the division or they finished second in the division with 13 wins or 14 or whatever?
They won 14 games and were second.
And then they got their ass kicked in the playoffs
by the Rams.
Yeah. I just feel like I feel like Seattle's that same team. I feel like this is just a Darnold team now. This is what Sam Darnold's going to do.
Great regular season, just melt down the playoffs.
But just feels a little fraudulent.
Yeah, I agree. Their D is good though, dude.
It feels paper tigery.
Although Minnesota had a good D too.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, it is paper tigery.
And they have a stud receiver.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Hotline 859-832-0478.
Follow me on all social media at Joe Praino. I got shows coming up this Thursday. I'll be at Comedy and Magic Club opening for Jay Moore. This weekend I'll be up in Tahoe for the Boys and Girls Club charity tournament and show. Next week, another charity show, California Coastal Horse Rescue in Ojai on the 23rd. And then Vegas in November. And before that, New York for some shows. So joeparno.com for shows. And give Jay Moore's podcast a listen tomorrow. We're dropping a new episode with Matt Walsh, the good Matt Walsh from Veep and all your other favorite comedies. So give that a listen.
Cool. All right, guys, that's the show. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on Friday. Have a great week. And as always, stay dirty.